topic.
I know, right? Ebusiafo, happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Happy
I hope Senyame Adom Ubia Hoye. Sister Jodo, happy Valentine's Day to you.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to you as well. Thank you.
And the answer near Messian Common as in Valentine, who didn't say, how are you Valentining?
Oh, ebi musha se yawa, ebi musha se fia, ebi musha se nra, me se last week.
Good.
I've been enjoying, sir. I mean, I think that we shouldn't choose one day to enjoy our life and our affection for one another.
Yes.
We have to do it on the daily basis. And yet, like, having sexual intimacy is the only thing that can, bring you guys together. Like,
I agree.
Quality time spending, talking with one another, laughing together, laughing at each other, all of those things, it adds a lot of, spices into certain things. And, like having just chillaxing. Sister Rebecca Pomut is saying, Happy Valentine's Day to you. Single or couples, we all enjoying.
Yes, so. And now me call tell it mom so. I'm almost say almost per se or who me boyfriend I'm in the Valentine. And I'm with my boyfriend the chile woman. Woman say woman TV that. This is my Valentine. This is my Valentine. Dear Valentine.
So cute. Yeah, that you I say I won't fit the sister.
Aye, many bones or the holiday, the Valentine. Almost say woman TV that.
No. I think sometimes we make certain things too complicated. I mean, we have to enjoy life. Hey, I mean, come on. You don't need a man to be fulfilled, and you don't have to be alone. Like you can, if you have a boyfriend, if you don't have a boyfriend, if you married, if you're not married, you need to be happy with yourself and celebrate.
On says of me Valentine. Happy Valentine. Happy Valentine.
Odi format no be embu no ni fia eno aro no ba abotifo whom you domo
you see his face, so his face is looking sweetie darling.
And I said no we so pimpin wo hwe no aka na ni kunya fese
any madam cry you be continue after 7.
I know, right? That means that's self-love is so important. Everything.
Make a channel so mo interview kwa buofu or say leave those people or don't leave those people.
Yes, anyway. Any other Canada siwa
we only take 2 hours of your time. Catch her and who the bisham.
Oh, yeah. She's like a mother. She's like a mother. Mami Chamo, happy Valentine's Day to all the beautiful ladies on the
Yes, so yes. Thank you.
Now mo gift no to talk gifts na mama because it's a conservative, so we must go by the rules.
So me and gift, it's not important to me.
Oh, Debbie, I disagree. Gift
no, it's not. Listen, it's not important to me. Although, yeah, but for me, it's not really important to me. I like the time spending. But my husband doesn't need to buy me things every single time, even though he does it. And then like this year, I did something different. He bought me something and he was surprised. I got him something too. So like, it's give.
Also for my question,
Debbie, your friend, I think you should send me the link so that I'll use the laptop because there are calls coming.
Okay. Okay. My send you my email. Timpato check your email. No why? Na bra back.
It's
Meeting. What's the gift tonight?
Missy, he did his part as a husband. And I also did something different this year.
Okay.
I got him something also. He wasn't expecting it. And then
I missing gifts, so and here is part of the package.
Most definitely. I mean, like when I Mimi can say even me Kuni say I love chocolate, right? So if he does not buy me a bar of chocolate, I am grateful and I am like super excited. Like he sees me, he'll be like, I don't know where you came from.
Well, like what you say, what am I mean catch? What you say? To whom much is given, much is expected.
That's right.
There's nothing wrong with chocolate, but we are Form 1, Form 2 level. Who know advice our mom block with who are level 6 who we are level 6 we dey chocolate as some of that. No. Chocolate maybe I know sweet after meals. They say ya to Mercedes Benz number we and ya to a special jewelries number we need the chocolate near the one. Because we level 20.
So many be a free bar. And but it's like you see with Valentine, all right. Majority of us,
majority.
I know, but it's like you see the message you give, some people will take it to the next level. But
I'm just pulling your legs. I'm just pulling your legs.
Mr. Jordan, when I'm friends of me,
I know, right? But I appreciate it. I mean, like I was really surprised today. Like, man, oh man, like like I was really, really, really surprised today. And Kate did a wonderful job. And I cooked his favorite dish for him. So when he came from work and he saw it, he was like, "Sweet baby," and I was like, "I know, exactly. This time." It was really nice. I mean, I buy him things on his birthdays, like the special days, birthdays, Christmas, and Valentine's. Every time, but this time around, I wanted to do something nice for him to also feel good. And I love the reaction that I got. And I think he was like also taken aback with the reaction he got from me. So this year was really special.
Lovely. Also, for me, I will be a question. One also so dear no ye mama me count dear. Ye perceive a 2 dear no.
And you may say an open casa before a best of you. Maybe I can be sorry around 5 a.m.
Hey, punk up and tem.
Yes, or just the extraordinary.
I don't know. There's something quite new way in Mabu Murphy. You were echoing and then now we can't hear you.
Say the Biamita Casa Abrabono, there is a science in everything. A quite faso edicun's you, and also there is a science in it.
That's right.
A quite faso chica, there is a science in it. A quite no, we need to one. A quite faso near Oba Casa, there is a science in it. Samsung in Valentine, so there is a science in it. Into 2 weeks ago, no. 1st January, many artists see Valentine in next month around 14, and they started to come dancing around. Into the cook we are never. This kind of Kurano, I know my talk. Name the best your garage, the best your boxes in
Bravo, echo. Still are you echoing?
I don't know how I'm going to handle this one.
Who used to have set up?
Or 2 different devices. So free back, so no back. You have to be on one only. Try me and no, I bet echo.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you quite.
Is it better?
Yes, it's much better.
Iti na ye call na me to talk because if you are saying no dear exchange of gifts, we've made it the culture of the house. Valentine, we've made it a culture. And I'm kind of saying, since I've become very conservative on some of those things. So it's a special day. And say, every day, I don't express love physically to her, I do it. But this is a day that has been set aside, and that day must be treated as such. Until 5:30, me sorry I put me call down because me say gifts in the garage and I'm finding and I'm church room di guso a cards na me church room di guso me di bibia package bibia fine camera me dey call to dining table no so me do dining table no so so no was sorry 3 a.m. I need ya beto
wow.
So but you see, there's another culture in this house. Who said gift box be war? That's a woody was so planning and can't see be a wood be.
No crap.
Inti, me boss open and me checking a gift. Me page and me checking weight, no. And I'm me checking media weight and I'm saying media no would be and I'm say correct. My idea. And I'm share me robo and I'm sacco down in John Pim to say she see it. Yeah, I'm saying time I'm called down in channel. Oh, you didn't say who said this man has gone, he has come back. Inti adiabachi around 8 o'clock now we will descend downstairs to do breakfast, and we'll be on said that is your gift too. We've pretended we've not seen it. We are doing whatever we are doing.
That is
one business. So where is my gift? Oh, you see, that is the way we have done it for ourselves. And somebody else can also adopt a strategy that will work for them.
That's right.
We must be dynamic. We are human beings. Human beings are supposed to be dynamic.
That's right.
In everything, you must add some style to it. So I say, me now the man. No, because we try picture to Facebook. No, fresh one down for because no ladies they compare no so. Me my mama said there, it ends there. But to her, no, it hasn't ended there. She'll be telling her friends, the sisters will call her, the mother will call her, they'll be let me teach her, now we pajama baby so hey, my mama said the correct.
That's good.
That is your sign, and as you rightly said, different types of styles. It's no. People who are watching us who are single shouldn't make themselves think that because one when you kuna better car ni biamano, and as we better car they do amano, no what top present 10 the account, you are missing out on something. Now they are homitie, any who people are fabusum dia babetina ufi. At the end of the day, Valentine's Day, me most your friend is saying memorable Valentine's Day, Sister Joa. It was a very simple Valentine. Ya nye bibi ko actually to be. And no na me can tell it moms. So that time na ho chire wo na niema mu aye din ama me ne me hu kani na na e wo ho at that particular time no. Eninti no. Ade ya ne se na emo wo ho. Emo de ne obi ofie dada. And a cocoa pet in a pebini cosia now we learn so chef frigid. When nim some any body and pessive. And no cocoa board dear. Me quadrumano, no cocoa board dear by ye be dry a one pessie. A day for any guay well, add decorate here to travel card dressing.
Wow.
Now I'm a Don Simon Biano, and no was enough of a Valentine for me. Why na me so me dana so atiasie. Abi you the catch up. But that was the most memorable birthday. The point I'm trying to make here is that sometimes my Valentine to say it is all about materialistic and near my dear one to chocolates, no one to Mercedes Benz, no one to card, no one to perfume, not just a Valentine when.
Who said me no? Me woman and then today I'm where I am. Misu offense appreciate some years ago I was also eating that one. I took it the way it was. Until levels near different. So what I say. And there's a teenagers I thought gift I'm my wife and I'm a girlfriend or something. It didn't just happen cheap. You know, yes, I say yes, I do. I check from the beginning. I didn't even understand what it was. The first day I got to know what was Valentine, I was informed 3 secondary school. More than I get the said, today is Valentine. And I'm saying, what is Valentine? You want what if I did 50 minutes of Valentine? The pesca could pay you their music card. No, girl, no, or turn a card. Or turn a card. That was why I got to know what something was called Valentine. But I didn't even take it serious because by then I wasn't in any serious relationship. Those days, Ghana, I think President Kufuor time, 2020, Ghana, Valentine. There's a Korean night, me, boss, who could be a red, who caught a fence saying, Dankwa Circle. All the stores are red, Masa chocolate, asa, body to those days. Listen, one time I had to walk from a Brantier spot to Tetekwashi because taxi takra unya. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and you're making my money too much. I mean,
exactly.
We don't have to Valentine. You know, the color is red, but you don't have to say red.
Masa, I didn't say. Obana wakofano. Osich baby. At the moment, she's the only lady in your life. Only so this buy, but obey there. What for the sir? Oh, bomb said that she should buy best or bet yes. But you have to prove yourself.
I think say majority of people in general, and you're Ghana from nipa bebre money no, like I think the lack of understanding because obi or celebrate Valentine's because when him say Valentine's Day,
I'm offering this one. Correct. That's fine. I just off this one.
Okay. We say, and I say, so one ya not just a womb payment, right? One to be a mamma, won't know me. And to say, oh, per se, just a winning me or honum no dear, dear unim upe me one say, and I said the only thing you care about me say, and now so 18 because obi or honoma. Only the funds, the financial means to go to that extreme. And I just feel say people just need to be appreciative and celebrate their life. You are alive. You are with someone. You are not ready to be with someone. Don't rush yourself to be with you send your sister okay and be or best stress. Now when you're depression, I say all kinds of other craziness. You have to to tell you the truth, in life, I've been both sides. Whereas, negativity, where I'm looking for arguments. I'm looking for some I wasn't happy within, right? And then I have been in the group where I said, okay, I need to certify these people to belong in this group, even though I know, say, I don't belong there, but because of peer pressure, I have to be. I mean, the only thing I did not do growing up, not in pen my son, a cigarette man trebi krempon makasami no, and some man trebi because I have 2-3 friends in their young years, they were raped because some call party no no sample and uncrophobia nso ye omo so ba kokrampo de omo yes and they were never cut, but 2 of them no omo yes and na other people omo no, they were able to share information and they were arrested and sentenced to jail. I mean, since then, 2 of them up to today, the event, the trip, I messed them up. They can be like going to work, say be show mu say be omo ya de na say baby crumple form who close enough now. They jump out of their skin. I mean, who wants to live a life in such manner? But obi ohonoma, they don't care. I don't, I chose not to drink because yes, it's and two what no other. I learned to not go outside to drink because will need people who no I dream bonny
No correct. No
I
correct.
didn't love myself growing up because there was a point of time now living with certain family member, no, they kind of like suppress everything. I wasn't allowed to express my emotion. If I express my emotions, Ghana kasa ombeka so omobeka no we akwara boni bibi abehu bia obeka. And like you become timid, right?
Yeah.
And to say like I my teenage to my 20s, early 20s, it was like I wanted to like just be accepted, right, with people. And then I realized at the time I thought, say, me 21, I had a real boyfriend and stuff like that. And I was like madly in love with him to the extreme. I was madly in love with him, and I thought that I knew what love is about. Chas and then Krobi na Mabel. I had no idea what love was about. It was just like my imagination. I didn't know what it was. Love, to really truly love someone, you need to love your whole existence. The person that you are, inside and out. When you love yourself, as a woman, you will not allow any man to talk to you any way that they want. You will not have anyone treating you like you nothing. And words that people say, it will not affect you emotionally and psychologically. And you will be able to express your emotions and let people understand from your point of view. If they don't understand, you just allow them to accept it. You show them, say, this is me. So it's either you love me or you don't love me, but whichever way you go, it does not affect me. If you do want to like spend time with me and have a life with me now, you're going to have to work with me. It's hand in hand. Because when you're in a relationship, it is not up to one person to make the relationship work. Oh, hell to the no. We've been taught as Ghanaian women that it's our responsibility to make your man happy. In Pemun Komodie, it's our job to do that. Cooking is our job to do that. Raising kid is our job to do that. Cleaning, like everything. What are the men's responsibility? Well, in our culture, society, community, it's men's job to be the man, the head of the house, and take care of women financially. So we have a lot of our women being dependent. So when you become dependent on a man, most women who are dependent on their men, what's been happening? They're being slapped, being mistreated with no respect, so many negative things. They are suppressed. You can't do so many things. So it's like, why should you even build yourself up to be in this kind of like environment? You limit yourself to the lowest of the low. Men should learn to respect their women and to learn to love them. Women, we need to learn to be submissive, humble ourselves, and also love our men. We all would like to be like pampered. We all like to be loved. But start the love with yourself. Because how do you love someone? You have to know how it feels to love yourself in order for you to transfer to other people. But most of us, we're looking for other people to save us, other people to love us. Some of us are running foolish race, chasing love. Why should you chase love? It starts from us, right? So it's like like I'm 47 now, up to age 37. 10 years ago, I didn't know how to love myself. I thought I was in love, but I was not. It took me 37 years before I truly, truly was able to figure out what love is about. Love does manifest. And in order for that to happen, it starts with understanding. Beside loving yourself and self everything, doing self-care, having self-assurance, building your self-confidence, having self-discipline, self-respect, everything that you build into you, you naturally will display that and transfer that onto others. So if respect needs to be earned. You can't expect people to respect you just because of how you speak. Someone can speak really calmly, but another person who have no understanding or lack of emotional intelligence can just come and curse them out. Why is that? Because their understanding is at the lowest of the low. Some people live their life with just common sense.
Yes.
We are all born with common sense, including dogs, animals, right? If God wants us to use common sense to build our life, successful life, then he wouldn't have given us the opportunity to create teachers, to create so many other professions, right? We need to learn things. So the more you learn, the more insight and the broaden your wisdom, your intelligence becomes. So nobody will take advantage of you. People who are illiterate, people who refuse to learn something new on a daily basis, what is happening? Let's go to religion, right? Which ones who are being manipulated and being used all the time? It's mostly women, right? Because we have some of these women, they will listen to anybody because they're not independent. They're depending on somebody. We are our own miracle. If I need to be rich, I have to start using my brain, learning things, acquiring information, asking, talking to both men and women, people who has established themselves. How did they go about it? Nothing good comes without hard work. So we need to change our mindset. Even if we are programmed wrongly, we need to deprogram ourselves, learn new things, and don't just implement once you learn it. You have to process it. Take out what will help you, delete what will not help you, and don't throw what you know that has been helping you over the years. And then you add what you have learned little by practicing on that. Okay, so how do I love myself as Ajua Odo? I'm going to start with today. I'm just going to look at my whole body and be appreciative with everything, every being of me, right? Yes. I'm not going to complain about my nose. I'm not going to complain nothing, because that's where it starts. The more you reject part of your body, other people are going to start rejecting you, and then you're going to be fighting foolish fight just to belong, and you're going to certify men who do not deserve to have you, because we are all uniquely made. So don't allow anybody to misuse you, mistreat you because you don't have money. No, money does not buy love. So we need to do self-love, do self-care, focus, self-work, focus on ourselves before we even extend ourselves outside our whole existence. So Mami Maso I think say I'm talking too much.
Also, when muting who, but nyame pesa me can before we go on to the topic, and you've taken it out of my mouth, is that before we move on to your topic, and then they say nobody should make themselves feel, and that is a point that is very important to me, Sister Jodo, and it's of what say nobody watching us today who hasn't been able to buy a present of value to Neyere Anase Nukunu should leave here thinking, say, because when ya Mercedes Benz sika, when ya perfume sika, when ya chocolate sika, ne bi abodie abomu ene koko anase tatale ni bean stew na abetimi aya enunti no one ni Valentine. That is very, very important to me, because senia Sister Aisha Ankra no okan. At the end of the day, Valentine started from the church. Valentine was a saint. He was a saint. Na oye about odo anipa be dead no achirama ne yonku enipa. That is what Valentine started off as.
That's right.
And I yen nipa no. And I'm see dear soko pim ne intimacy ni romance ye denti no. Yen yakọ twist Valentine na mana be to say akwaya adofo okunu ni oyere mpenafo a day. But Valentine is not that at all. Valentine is about showing love to your fellow human being.
Yeah.
It's Valentine, betimi achira o mama, o papa, o nuanom, wabusua, and even people who are less fortunate. And that was where the focus was. Enti moma yenti ho na simni kan. Etosu mienu, say we the emfa ne say Valentine no, aba be ya adofo day. But let's face it, no krani nyame anim yi. So oni ukunu wo ho. When your partner or when you now said the only day, one day out of 365 days in a year, no Valentine's Day, Kwana Muya Soko Pim ne Koye, and answer Mudan or Daddy at the Chiramohomoa. You've missed the mark. Yeah. Every day should be Valentine's Day, as far as I'm concerned. Every day. And those were the 2 points I wanted to get across. Now, the topic for today, no. Me say, Bible ne say, women, submit to your husbands. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave his very life for it. Explain. Sister Ajo Odo Akanedie, Osofumeko, or no pa na me pes watchim, because one is why yes of when yamina me share ne credit, me declare the kebona ne komu, one is why yes of meko, into your sofu, or mute yourself, because when mute you, into your mute your microphone, nakasa mi you are muted, Still can't hear you, yenti
He
can't hear you.
He might have to go back out and come back in.
Yeah, because we can't hear you. Your mouth is moving, but we can't hear you.
That's right. And I know you have a lot to say.
Aye. Na no crass and na no ne kono atimus na no kika no so obekasa nso ye nte wonka enti bra wo de kwana san bra why.
Yeah, go and come back.
My sister Ajo.
Yes.
Nia wo pese wo kan mpache o.
Oh, I mean to say Bible I can say Emma, yeah, we should be submissive to Yahukafo and a man, so they should love their wives, right? But your man money be no one tears here with that scripture, no, it's crooked.
Yes.
You know, say obra or brancasa, send your kind, no, because ye perceive a odo any our real name platform or bra itself no so we nipa na wo humble self na majority of the time no 99.9% of the time no you are blessed. Say anidie a ewo mu any ahombrase no baby a wo beko bia no you hear positivity obi entimi nka wo ho asem bone. And I said, Wunya or don't see us here. Wunya or don't see us here. And sooner, and also Emma wo equally. So, Esa said, Obie ni one ma, obeti me a manipulate you. Obie ni one ma, obeti me a misuse you, a mistreat you. Obie no ma, obeti me, just say, like, when one loves something now, you take time to take care of it. Adie here wono wunyu sunu basa. So no nyame to say the way now our emotions is connected to our everything because we naturally emotion. We get emotional with every single thing, right? And when we love with affection. So Nyankopon, he already knows. When you say, yeah, tidomawa, niya tidoma pa. But he said a mema, most of a mema no, omudo adding. A mema, like when it comes to ye mema, sa you be no magia to say bema dear utimi fa more than obaba kono. And your omo ego. and no maje sad na to me say anibiri boninti no. Enti na Bible say emema munsua se ne mo bedom ho kafo because adia you love na adia wo don no you will never cause that person pain.
No correct.
Suffering. So enti no odo na ye mema ni bebre ni no enu nti ena aware bebre anase relationship bebre enti mi enyi enko nanim.
No correct.
Na ahobrase na ye mma ni bebre nso eni no ena relationship ni aware eni enije a ebema nipa a dream outside the box no enti mi enyina. Enti no say in our life no to say obra na yebo no if you naturally have ahobrase any odo the two together no you will go very far. Ebema nneoma agina a say enya dia atete ne yaw or how enumni all the craziness and foolishness no ebeba wa brabo ma be hawo. But esan say nipa dasani yesi eniti a yenye feel say yenye nim nyansa sin nyame. Until we take everything to say welcome.
Correct.
We make our own rule. Look at Valentine's, for instance. Right? But say nipa yenya creating yenya yenti ase. Most I have a couple friends that many omokasa mema. The way ebimu yirenom eni omompnamo the demands, the pressure. Omode mo no. As just I mean one me say, hey. Na ebimu so omo go I mean to say bema won nete. Wo pesa won ne bobra and I say bema won wo pesa wo ware ne da achibi. Not because of one day out of a year, Ntino. You cause him so much stress. Obi, says pressure no obi to me, sister. It me cause no obi e kuriadie.
You kidding me?
Braba ko was a sister. Maybe I see I'm a bear me far dear that. And I'm so sure because of chromophobia, chino see an enkwana me koi. No, sister. Edwuma mu or yeah edwuma wo jewelry store ni bi no buy ya pressure ne say was sister Jessica no ebi ni ho no enti no oye edwuma no ebe me say wo hwe ha say no ye yi na ayi chain ba ko a kire say eye yi ne bo nso den eno na okoyi na say
no
ayi omo the cameras no baby e bo no obi a obi but they also have hidden cameras. Everything go like a BBI. They say no because of Valentine. We're losing a juma. Nothing came for you. But why do we do that? Ma wohuka for namfa na kumemu ento bibi ma. Instead to say you pressuring and you pressure. Adai.
That's so sad.
We're saving for the whole year. So beto bibi amano because last year when me and to bibi amane for 3 months obana amana amfane ho anka no. Look at these things. Say
wow.
No. Enti no say nneoma bi wo ho no ma ye mma no ne ye mema no. Nneoma bi wo ho ye si ehwe ne ye but the true Valentine's so the way some women will act, the demands too much. Ba konso enamfo sam na madam for we ku ato we ama no and I say me sister me baby I have friends but say madam for so wo cow so wo a Gucci so wo den meaning what my husband can afford. I am not going to stress my husband. Say me sister sika wo say ntino I need Debbie because me person me ni me ku nyina nyi che. He makes me happy. I make him happy. Se wuni obiti and I say wuni obi bobra. Na say the two of you are happy. You make each other happy now. You will do things that will multiply and it will make the love grow. Me, I for me pamucho. I do me worry for me kungo suffer. He suffer pa. And tokwane den. Kasa ne den. Adeɛ nyɛ ntɔkwasɛm koraa me ma ne tɛne ntɔkwasɛm. Mɛkasa saa kɔpem sɛ wɔbɛsɔ so. Because waka asɛm bi a me m'ani agye. Mitimi ɛhyɛ argument ase with me kun. Gye sɛ ne ho yɛ mabufu, me ho yɛ mehi. Ɛsiane sɛ me a mete hɔnom na me ho mu bɔn me. Ɛsiane sɛ me ni ɔdɔ ma me ho nti no. I didn't understand love. Enti no mini from where we are. No, we worked really hard through effective communication, learning to have mutual respect for one another, compromising on certain things, or sometimes I will have to meet him all the way, or he will have to meet me all the way. We have to go hand in hand. We have to work on being on the same page, raising our children. You know, the message we're sending across board. It's not like this one is saying this, that one is saying that. We have to be loyal to one another. Be transparent with one another. Save individually, because every couples will be so you have to try one or the other. Which one works for you? Which one does not work for you? You cannot expect people to do things for you. You have to really work on things, and you have to take one day at a time. But before we even got there, I have to start working on myself by identifying my stronghold,
my
weakness, and then build on my strength. Some of my strongholds, some of my weakness, I have to build into my strength. And sometimes my strength can be my weakness. So I have to balance it out. When is the right time to do X, Y, and Z, and when is not the right time to do it? I mean, what mood? I have to literally study my husband's temper tantrum. I also have to control and discipline my temper tantrum. What makes me trigger? What makes me upset? What makes me speak back to my husband when he says something I don't like? How best can I express myself to my husband without also triggering him? So to say we have to really tweak here and tweak there. So at some point we were able to really have better understanding with each other. When I married my husband, I had feelings for him. I wasn't in love with my husband. But as of right now, that's where I'm at. It took time, right? For us to he used to tell me in the beginning, he'd be like, you, I know the way I love you. That's not how much you love me. I did not give my husband all my love because I have been in a previous relationship that the person really hurt me. He hurt my feelings emotionally. I was broken. So I just did not want to be vulnerable for my husband to misuse me or just not have the respect that I have. So I really gave him hell. I sometimes literally physically can tell that my husband was not happy, but I didn't care. I did not care because whatever feeling that I was having inside, the hurt I was having inside, I wanted him to feel the same thing. So I didn't care that, me not talking to him. We were living in the same house, and I will stop talking to my husband for weeks, for months. He would try to talk to me. He would go to work. He would come. He would greet me, and I will not respond. But one thing, even though I wasn't talking to him, I wasn't refusing him of Tonga. He always have it. Like in the night, he will bring his hand. He's waiting for me to kick his hands off me. I wouldn't do it. So we go about and do whatever, but I still will not talk to him. You see how retarded that is? That is so dysfunctional. And that's what it is. I have to do self-work. I have to work on myself to get to where I am today. So a lot of times, We cannot continue to give excuses, give reasons, blaming games, blaming on other people. Yes, there were times living with some family member, I went through hell. That's my hell for me. It could be no help for somebody else, but the treatment that I got, it wasn't a pleasant treatment. But at the same time, I cannot allow that to define me. If your outbringing was not so great, what is stopping you as an adult to reprogram yourself and do better? What do you want in life? What is your purpose? How do you establish that? Who do you need to connect with to do all this and that? I mean, like, it just saddened me that, like, in the beginning, when we have argument, I didn't have girlfriends. I have classmates, but we were not like, we have some people, Obi or must say, my best friend, I'm in any book friend. Me, my best friend, Bema, he's a guy. We've been like friends since 98, but like, even in middle school, primary school, me na fufu nya no mo ye mema, because the makasa and trone konkonsanom ni yakato sunum ni adintino. I really did not entertain a lot of females around me. Like, I didn't have said, oh, me and me being my friend, Madame for say no. But the people that I will call will be my sister, because my sisters were like my friends, my best friend. Mrs. Apenny, they're not in time friend, but Mechiba me, crisscross, or no, not me kasa, and I say, be my friend, me mommy. But after 2.5 years to 3 years, I pulled my husband through hell, and he wasn't innocent either. Because like, but he didn't let me get away with everything that I did to him. He come back at me. He never raised his hands at me. But when it came to verbal abuse, both him and myself were like, we were throwing blows all over. And because we were immature, we were grown adults, but both of us were very immature. We didn't understand what relationship, love is about, and being humble with being with somebody, how to raise children, setting boundaries. So we have to learn all that after 2.5 to 3 years. I mean, for the past over 10 years, we have gotten it better. And as time went, it's just, we keep growing, and we keep changing, we evolving. And that's what life is about. When you see that something is not right with you, take accountability. Accountability is the first step. You admit to your wrongs. Hi, hon. You admit to your wrongs, and then you work on yourself before you even work on each other. No? You have to work on yourself first, because Kay has to work on himself. I had to work on myself, and then we sat together and made a list of what we need to work together as couples. So we made lists, and we chose, like, okay, for January to March, this is what we're going to work on. We start with one thing, and then as the month went on and we got used to it, we started adding things up with it. And I hold him accountable. He holds me accountable. The kids sees that. So when they do things and we talking to them, we'll be like, okay, so what you just did or what you said, what should be your accountability? And sometimes they come out with good restorative work. Okay, I shouldn't be doing this. This is what I have to do. And we'll be like, okay, that's fair enough. But you also going to lose this. And they'll be like, I know that was coming. But I was like, your idea was pretty good, So every time, like, I'm a no mother. I say more no's than a yes, because I want my kids to not throw temper tantrum when they hear somebody from outside say, no, you cannot have it. Yes, yes, moms, their children tends to struggle outside because when they go to school, they ask for something and the teacher say, no, you cannot have it. They throw in temper tantrum. You have to be a no mom. You know, you can't say yes to your kids all the time. Have them get used to hearing the word no. Because no is a trigger for a lot of children. A lot, even some adults. When they, you know, you talk to them about something and then they talk to you like, no, we're not doing that. And they'll be like, what do you mean? You can't talk to me like that. I'm an adult. I'm a grown man. Then I'll be like, listen, you're a grown man. You got to bring yourself down. We need to have a conversation. And so, like, sweet talk, know how to really talk with one another and listen to one another, because some they miss the most important thing. When anyone who have developed or learned to have effective communication also have effective active listening, because you cannot have one without the other.
That's true.
No,
correct.
And you know, it's a whole lot of things. And you know, like I didn't start out as, you know, like dovey. No, I was always looking for a fight because that's how I was.
That's one thing I really love about you, is that since I'm a new joint presentations, in shows, in live videos, is that I find you to be somebody who is very open and honest and transparent. Like will be our dinner life and it too. So I say me, I can say we'll start a relationship, you know. Now you went all that and you guys fought and all that, you know. Yeah, Ghana for that is not our typical nature. We say now you create a fake say we got it all together from the day one and everything has been good ever since. But people who are real, people who say and speak the truth like you know, that is one of the things that I absolutely adore and love about you, is that my braboni real. Who said you don't have to have it all together from the beginning, but it takes a committed couple. And this is something we both want. This is a relationship we both want. This is a marriage we both want. It's even though say you're perfect, you know. Na ya pensen and get to that point and place of peace, which is where when you say you've gotten to, and you don't even have to be vocal about it. It's written all over your face that right now, like turbulence I say what play when I say top home na
I know.
Finally, no, you found yourself and you're finally in that space where I can see that you've both arrived. You're happy, you're fulfilled. And I can see on your face, it's there. And likewise.
You are better say no.
Friend, hi baby, it was written all over your face. You know.
But sister Zika, so to say, I recognize it. Say, welcome back.
Also for Meku. I have to go
to get this device working.
Oh, I may recognize it is to say, even though I didn't have friends, not to say me name kunya kasa my friend mommy, because my mom was someone me no and I said bibi had me, I was able to express myself to her. To say be I'm a friend or not say be you know, I'm really upset. This is what's happening. You know, I just don't want to be married no more, because I mean, I put my husband through hell in the beginning, because some of the arguments we would have, I provoked him. I would provoke him because me papa sent back or Kanye told me to say the only thing he would not tolerate with Bema within and you know, I used to provoke him. I would say things for him to raise his hands at me, and he never did. And I'll get in his face. You know, that's because I was so dysfunctional in so many ways. I was very immature, and I didn't understand what marriage is about. I thought, say, it was his job to make me happy, and I wasn't happy, so I'm going to make him feel as miserable as I was feeling. Even though I care for him, I have feelings for him, but I didn't love him to the extreme, right? So I was like, you know what? I think I'll be better off being single. What the hell is this? This is like the worst thing. This is the worst marriage. I see people married and they together and dovey. And I was like, oh, everybody is not the same as it is. But once I stopped speaking to my mom about our issues, my baby sister about our issues, and we started working on our issues between the two of us, with him not speaking to his family about our issues. We block the third person coming into our marital space. We were not sharing information with anybody. We kept it to ourselves. We sat down, set clear expectation, because there's a thin line between love and hate. Right? But sometimes you want empathy from other people. So you're going to talk to people in terms of, okay, if they understand my part, they're going to back me up. No,
yes.
Sometimes some best friends, they want your husband, they want your wife. So you expressing your emotions and telling them your business, they're calculating, okay, when will be the best time for me to like insert myself in it. So we just eliminate everybody.
No correct.
The two of us, we dealt with it.
Yeah.
We have to face our demons between the two of us. And I explained, I said to him, this marriage, in order for this marriage to be the best marriage, and for both of us to get something out of it, you and I have to work on it. And I alone cannot raise our children. You have to be part of it. So until normal babysitter that me kune me opposite hours. Inti se mimi wo fear or no way jumum. Or no fear me juma. Jama since March na me juma from home until we home for most part of the time, and then he will leave to go to work. But we change our shift just for us to like make sure, say, one of us is with the kids, so they have not been to babysitters. Nobody's going to. We made our kids, so we are responsible to raising our children.
Also for Meko because he's still mpacho. Yes, it topic near. Also for now it's the go on and then the also for message. Let me say dynamite. What be 2 bomb blast pan boy intina yes but he will join us. He's back. After there we can hear you.
Finally.
Okay, so what we were talking about, Nise, the topic for today's discussion, you see, the Bible says that wives should submit to their husbands, and men should love their wives as Christ loved the church and gave his very life for it. Discuss. Emma, ya said there then. Emma so said there then. And do you actually believe, say, submission and love come hand in hand? You can't have one without the other. That is your question, also.
Says our law by almost about 4,000 years ago. So submit to your wife. It was a law that was given to us right from the Old Testament. You understand? Also about 4,000 years ago. Those times, so now in my time, those times, no Obama ne 100%. Those disconnect or background kusku. In Bama ne kusku. It's about even among some like politics, like religious issues, governance, like in my KB. So I just say, it is that time, and as our law nearby. But I Corinthians, Mususwa, there was another law over there. Say, or baby on TV biaseno. He should be educated by his own husband. The only way a woman can be educated, or the only way a woman can get exposure in governance or understanding in what is happening must be done through the husband. It is in Corinthians. But look, these things were even Corinthians, but these things, that second law in Corinthians was given over about 2,000 years ago. We are not in that dispensation anymore. In Martin school. So what I say, they can get themselves into governance. But because a man more makeup is different from young money makeup. And your baby sooner. Friend say, I don't want to sound very sarcastic. And your
say what you want to say.
And your baby and sooner, Otimi submissive. A war, Obama, I say. Meanwhile, Obama also contributed the quota. For the
you're talking about financially here. And I'm so Obama Quadruma or this Kebef,
and yes, we can some Namekano. She can some so in everything. So, she said, in Bamu exposure, you can go and acquire knowledge from elsewhere. You don't need your husband to help you to be exposed. So I say in those days, even if it's a Islam there's always that is just one typical example of the position of a woman 2,000 or 4,000 years ago. But and then when a different dispensation, those days on migrant initial trousers. I know one lady, according to history, she was a soldier. But no, could be himself or your Bema. Or the nation be any momuko we need war. But later we get to know say no your ba they burn her alive. Inti Emmanuel, sometimes you just thank your God how far you have come and where you are now. In those days, 2,000 or 4,000 years ago, about initial trousers. And that is what is happening in Afghanistan. This is what he still want to implement. In America is having a problem with them. But Ghana, we don't have this.
That's right.
Ghana will be able to be your pair or back to Michelle trousers or to Michelle jeans. Michelle jeans, you can look at them and cry more. It's young money or Ghana crowd. More cross and boy a basso because your mama can't say what near the book. You see how far we have come. So we share bag with the Mukra, we share bag with the Mukra say, yeah, bonko food in cry, yeah, bomb made in never. So we've come a very long way, but thank God that we are living in a new society, and those who are in charge are so dynamic, they are willing to accept change. They are the new they are not conservatives, they are progressive. Now we are in a progressive world. So that's
right.
So we'll go back to the scriptures. But before we go back to the typical scriptures, let's talk a little bit about Valentine, because today is called Poké. Poké, love means Poké in Greece. And for me, I love love. Because there is nothing like love in this world.
Yeah, here one no cry to me who say open love or something. Continue, bra.
Semi lover. There are so many aspects of it. Most of the time, Ghana for them, what say you? Ghana for say lover now is all about intimacy.
So him a boss what?
I will say to be because can you just imagine, say, what could you mark of bread? You've gone through all the stress and horse, we do feel so we need.
That's
I'll call it, it's a pandemic.
A serious pandemic.
It's a pandemic, I'm telling you. Say about me ko hosla. No, wako GTP, wako tontoma, whether wako tema station, now wako distribute, then conforto, obedu fie na papa ni bufu. I don't know what it. Papa, I don't know what it. She said, she's the one who controls the transportation system in Ghana. Watch system. That's all. Look, what I'm telling you, it is something I have witnessed before. In the 80s, my mom used to work at GTP. No, my mom not on events and car and die. And those days during the revolution time, no petrol ni ho. Come around is bus so first no 81 82. Nigeria for buofu, sugar sagara buofu. It is some no time petrol. Almost petrol farm ebio. I still remember those in Kofofa Ghana. No man 90 from Circle, fencing. From Circle to maybe a Canadian embassy in one. What's our second on? Canadian embassy in Ghana. No, and so when you come from a home, Sankara Circle, and so much for Kakupio Madina. It is so back or ye. I'm telling you, in the 80s, Charlie, things were wrong. It is so back. Hosiko ye Juma Bedufi. That's what we do Sankara Circle. That's a proper. Those days, no, almost in it because petrol ni hunti. Once in a tipper truck be a fencing. They did tippy and Yano.
Abalandi truck, no.
Abalandi, Master, open you. Once in them they are climbing it. Men are climbing it. That's how we do. If you know who could be so say, I don't know what you say. You see the frustration. You see the anger. And the same woman will have to get to the kitchen and prepare food for the husband and for the children.
Oh, we also so anajo no asa dia kwesino so faka ho.
Okache say mabre no ntiasie. Sa mabre no onti bi da.
Miscommunication.
It is not in the scriptures. It is not in courtesies of boys and girls. So atiasie. Inti in my ma nansi sunu or the man so yabon abaso mo so mban be man so boy abaso ada se so boy abaso
mo ye ya bebo mo abaso
oh yeah pa
mumu bi some of you
mama can't say majority of Ghanaian men, what is behind their mind is to take care of their family.
Really?
Some of you, not all of you.
The other day, me a census. I'm telling you.
And yes, Sam, a majority.
And I make a majority. Oh my God!
Yes. The sample near skewed. Sister Joe, the man in Casa. Yes, his sample is very flawed.
The census. I mean, strike average. In Burma, the group is some say, why are you building this house? Say chamber hall. So, I'm buying my wife and my children. I'm doing it for my wife and my children. I'm talking about, look, it's science, my science. You're talking about Valentine. Who are maybe be an oye juma? What you say? What pass assassin? What waterlogu? Let's say it will be a assassin. You have to get advice. So why are you building this house? Oh, I'm buying my wife and my children.
Yeah,
but so be so bad. Why are you building this house? On casa for my husband and my children.
Happy Valentine's, Miss Mandy.
Miss Mandy, happy Valentine. No, Sheila Majo, happy Valentine. No.
Me who or ba? Oh, see, Diane, you be saying, say, they can see. I will see. Why do we see about? Because I'm going for my husband and my children. I mean, TV.
Oh, sir.
Oh,
and I make a missing it. They can be skewed into the man in Casa.
Number 2, Obama, Ebi, uno be willa. Because of pianist, so or your man, your wife, any.
What are you saying? Wait, I mean, no, me
say, according to the pianist, law no cry, 1 year crowd, who crowd automatically a default. It goes to the wife and children.
For some, not all of them, maybe more.
But I don't know, sir. But me, with the emphasize system, I don't know, sir. PNC law, no. There's another law says so. Or the property goes a divorce to their husband and children. And I don't know about that.
And they met me explaining. I can explain that very well. Let me explain. Maybe a pocket lawyer and to me explain.
But you are knowing.
And to me explain. Very good opportunity to explain this. One say Nansane. Sister Joe Dominim saw her some video now. Time JJ Rollins who
oh yeah.
And send baby better ye nechi. Way back. On your echo me kakrebia no aba. Menso me yeneba. Now enso aba. Menso me yeneba. And people were saying all manner of things to Nana Konedu Adjumare Rollins to say, SSO acquire paternity, and SSO cananutum, and SSO jiwetum, and SSO yes, intimate video ni mono. Me can say Obani Bemati. Sister Joe doing, unkwan wohono. as a single person.
Yeah.
Everything that you acquired for yourself, and sana wubeshia brake no, is yours.
That's right.
Eya because wonkwana ode somewhere nim fifiri and ade ye. Brake be kan ho no, a mo be worry ye no. So ma worry 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Whatever the two of you have acquired together during the pendency of marriage, you know,
no, correct.
Now, say, wufrimu, God forbid, and that's one efrimu. Interstate succession law no award come once every Ghana. Ye bun pepper dia 50% of a japadie biamu a comma surviving spouse, no legitimate surviving spouse.
That's right.
And I have to explain this further to say, and no, yes, brake no, where engagement and we free one, or ordinance marriage can't.
That's right.
Because ordinance marriage, you know, we bet me our any back of it.
No, correct.
But engagement, you know, traditional marriage near Ghana, no, it is open to polygamy. It is a Bermani shiao, no ayo engagement with ye. No one man found one quanko yo ordinance no near sign, and your wedding or say yo don't go, but sign of paper. For sign no at the camp 50% of that goes to you as the surviving spouse.
That's right.
The other 50% is shared among Momano. Now, so wukunu no ekofa baabi bi ekoye niema bi wo baabi no wawo mabi na se ni wuo nachi enkola ne bepiem ese wo mo nso ye ne sia wono na wo ba na wo pese wo kire se wo ye papa ne ba no enye ne yiri no in this case no nya na konadu ne se wo koye paternity
no correct
when we free baabi aba eba be prie japade be presi aba accept wo se wo ye papa ne ba inti wono you have to go do your paternity. If that is proven as an adult, because Omo it is Sister Abigail, Auntie Abigail, she's 52 years.
Yeah, that's right.
Your mommy penny mo I said bione toto so nyina fudwene. It's why your mommy penny mo. Mommy penny mo ma papa.
Hey, Pastor, now yeah, when you musa.
Hefi no, onu osi wo hwehwe ne na bodu se nyina fudwene. Maka. Entino, she has to go and get this paternity to prove, say, legitimately. I want to explain this because opportunity number to explain this into my main children. And people are listening.
I know, but I say we have to have a court.
No, but people need to understand what is theirs and know their position. But it is important.
Specific examples, direct specific examples now, my end because
but make you're missing the point of what I'm saying.
Oh, I know the point.
We are husband and wife. We are husband and wife. We are husband and wife. That's a what?
Let her finish. Because
exactly. When him, it's my mention near matron. One are the buy and to my main canyon pessimica. Me see 1 hour when the Misubanda Dante he knows. Exactly. Most Ghanaians don't understand. Please allow her to explain. And one more
says.
Exactly. It's Obani Obani ni kunu oho efo Martin kwodo ki ojinwe attention
no katasumo mo aso ye me a truth ni ba to mo mpani so sister
no
be mu ni entie nko
me see we are Mr. and Mrs. Sister adua odo apo no ananiema bi a wasi dan bi wa pasase ansa no wo ba be hia brake a eye ne dia brake be ka ho a exactly. Brake nso apass asibi wo bechem na se wasi dan bi wo so ane dia. Wanne wo betena na mo bom na se 5 years o 10 years o 15 years o 20 years o na ware ne ye ayi a the fact is what do koye mu court de mu nsa kotinti mu no bibia ebe free sa marriage ni mu aba se sebio wa anya adwuma kra sister adwoa even if you were living at home for 50 years and ono na no okoba onna this kabefie and what you were doing was to look after the children as a full-time mom kra just because you worry no usi ne niema na sebi mpia dia sa o man so kopim 15 years it's a big deduction enti asese sa niema ni nyina kabo mu a we a legitimate wife enti se ukunu free mu a 50% of what is yours through the marriage eye wodia
na say en carry you
mun carry
50 ni kra so say ni na kra ye mo fa
no but say nkola no wo ho enti say
nkola do get married or go to their husbands and their wives they say me am tia say I don't go to my father's house to get a husband.
It's understandable, but it's not every time.
If they are the 50 now, can me person more say in reality no, you even get more than the 50. So I just say you take everything.
But we're talking about the legal implications of what happens when people get married. The people who are here want to understand what happens. Okay. And no And you know, at the end of the day, no 50% bekwa mayire, 50% na akam. Ni ya chairman kolana yetimi approve say legitimately no. That
is if the woman is a good woman.
Even if she's not a good woman. I disagree with that. The law is the law. This is the law we're talking about here.
No. And I make kind of say, if you are a man, your wives know if they are very good women, and a 15 a big crack on colano.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I'm saying, bruh.
No, what
someone make kind of say
by the books. What you are saying by the books is correct, but in reality, you understand?
And money be any brave for no matter.
And I make no.
Yes, but if somebody has a big mouth to go to court with this issue, that does not happen. And that is why I'm explaining this thing. Because Nkofo be free send ya Ghana judicial system nitino. Ebusianfo akra timi beji asem ni nyina ebusianfo timi beji ajapade nyina free wayire ho. Wayire no bebre no doesn't know say they have the right to go to court and fight for what is rightfully theirs. And but this is the point I'm making.
Sister Sika, the problem they say, mani bebre, traditional marriage now. They don't do the court.
Good.
The youth, they ask for direct. Sorry, because I know there's no ifs and buts about it. Most of them normally traditional, but they did not go to court to do the signing and stuff. Even when you be 35 years as I obey will free more. You not legally.
Sister Adwoa bibi. Even if that happens, na say monfa de no ko sign wo court no. The only issue is that engagement no your friend engagement traditional marriage it is subject to polygamy, but that doesn't mean say so why young who ade wo fie no onfa won kwa sorry you don't get anything. You still get something, but wo ba ni become ho your fan say bia why young engagement wo domi abra and wakoye obi nso de wo su wakoye obi nso de o wale a so wuna sama miensa ni nyina bepie mu na say there are witnesses to prove say engagement man kofo miensa nyina wani wo mu nyina wo ma ni prove ni nyina no a interstate succession law no there is a percentage of what should go to way enenema say ne be ya obia is satisfied with somewhere can. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
It is an DNA.
Yeah. Sister Sika, I know someone personally, a close family friend. Well, worry Nikuno over 40 years. And a bear money free mo. Bear money free mono. Bear mana busia for. Apamo ma meno. We fear honum. Dan papa no see no maame no ekroma amfa no because almost say traditional marriage and no man cause time be man nso anye well So they push this woman out.
She agreed for this to happen. When you be an who are dear or better, what they call court to her sister and Kebepe be a man.
Or your junk. One no sad didn't be to know papa. So and sometimes like it's said, yeah, money the lack of information, because most of us we don't want to learn nothing new, right? Obi wa no mo krampo na wo kanya nsasem no ono wo pe baby aye bodua any baby you don't want to hear it. So how do you obtain productive information, something that you can use to build for future success? You move a very lack of information. As simple as that.
But that is what Auntie Mandy walking.
Yeah.
The person didn't know when you're right, and that is it. Because there was a scenario no obini kunutie. They were married for like 25 years. And a papa ni free mu. They were living in a fear. One ni kuno na bre ho a mwesi o. Omo nyina ti o fie da papa ni yare ye na e kire no obe free mu. The mistake a lot of people make is that when that happens, whether there's a will or not, when that sort of thing happens, a man, and I'm saying this for women to get it into your head, say, that is the time before and you settled, that is when you, Obano, you should get your family people or more near dinner, for
you
to come and live in the house with you. But a man, baby, no a man, mamiaba, no a man, kununa, we were assistants, and they are all just marching around you to form this strong to push you out of the house.
No, correct.
And that is what happens. Sister Inkobita Nechiankasa, it's a very sad story, but it shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't happen.
Mamembisa Mwasemba Komba.
Yate.
Nasa papa nusu uno ojaka tu finswe. Enu so ending.
Ebeto no abusuafo de bema oba no.
And that is the issue.
The wickedness. Obeje
kan.
Yeah, nasa omo de tune so a obi ono de ma, but majority of the time
according to the free mansa. According to the law no. Papa ni japadia 50% ya nidia. Yes sir.
Obani su ne wuye no no su ja eja niama. What they have, 50% goes to the husband.
Maybe some media no us be some me you are no hammer because of the viewers.
We take it easy. Okay, yeah.
Papa ni unu ojeka bebrebe. 50% oba ne befa. Ama nkwala no so for 50% na any question me be say.
Well, technically to say mefa ne say obi deka, right? Eka free more. That person can no longer pay the debt, right? They can pay it because I mean Ghana but being in US, right? Some of the things that I have seen happen, say be a me fan say nyamin pengu me free mu na me the credit card for bika. My husband will not need to pay for me because I'm dead.
Yeah.
I can no longer pay for it. They cannot put my
bad debt
on my husband to pay for that.
So I thought I also offer some specialists
Oh, I mean, like
some lawyers we need to come.
I have a little bit of that knowledge because what happens is say US with the income tax, I say they have consolidation companies. Say even with the credit card for what you do is say you consolidate your all the card together. Sa company they will talk to the credit card and say, okay, nipa sumesi opeso otu a car or demo but sikana or a kana or den want me ntua ni nyina enti no wabefa and say yen advocating for her and you say what they cut 10,000 obetimi atua mu 3,000 enti 3,000 and so busumi bia no say na yebetua amamo from us omo stepping in consolidation a company no omo so nyo omo share what happens is that the credit card will agree with it. Sometimes they will go back and forth for a while, and then they will agree on that. The 7,000 na payment tiano omo dia chemeno omo maning to waste. So they will file income tax and they will get that money refunded back to them through the government. So and you know, as I said, with Ghana, and meaning how the law is, but in abroad, you know, so bear man also bear free, who can for free na so the car. The surviving a widow and also widow or no, you don't have to pay for their debt unless it's any panel, any insurance. Only insurance dear ni funeral nomni na yi kenya na wo ba no na beba beda so because what the car and anyway we are sick. And you know it's different for everybody.
Okay. All right. And then say we're moving on.
See husband submit to wife, submit to your husband. Husband love your wife. And only I can now the man so by any actually. It's young to us.
A friend is me system have me power to the extent say course in bass and it brings the volume down.
I know.
I will try as much as possible to enjoy. Okay.
A man so no person in your band I
have to log off and log in again.
We can hear you. It's just faint, so you can come out and come back again. Yeah, you leave the studio completely and come back in. Yeah. Sister.
Sister,
someone I'm a person with Chilemuno, so I didn't a dear Damakuma super because send your walk can down for us me. If you are to a ma baby, I mean,
yeah,
minim cranny pa bear 5-10 as I say we be at 2 Now it wasn't specifically saying I'm a person with good rollings anymore. And I say, but it was a scenario that had presented itself, and I was trying to use that as a stepping stone to advise and educate Yayama about the legal implications of what happens. And I don't just open my mouth to go yap and talk away without, doing background research about it, because and I have a sister who is also a legal person. They are both in Ghana. They deal with these issues on a regular basis.
Yeah.
The court cases it's become like a script. Ghana. And it's hard video. Go back. Now, video no. The title no Rolling Saga and the lessons to be learnt, because I explained this in no uncertain detail. It is for my benefit.
Yeah.
Now, creating more problems. How we can safeguard ourselves and make sure are not left out in the cold. A busiani long throat to be a time a more bread pledge a padian. Mama messy ho crime business any as soon as the husband dies, no my say close, no more baba betty.
But sister, why is I mean to say I'm not trying to say put anybody down, but majority of some family member they don't have any papers. They don't have any sense of direction. They live their life expecting a family member who has established to die for them to acquire their property. I mean, this is how wicked and evil some of our people's mind is. Some of them even rush it by going to juju or using voodoo and stuff because they don't have a purpose. They cannot build their own life. There is this family member whom I don't get along with, right? And everybody knows, even in Oda itself, so many people know, say, he eats in juju place because every time he goes to court now, he doesn't go to court saying, I'm coming to fight for my property. He's coming to fight for a family member who has passed away's property that they have put him in charge. I mean, for somebody who is educated, he has not buy a cement or sand. He has not established nothing for himself, yet he has more than 10 kids. He has children all over the place, right? So it takes somebody's property for you to have a life, right? So like, and a lot of times, some of our women, they don't take care of themselves, and they do not do things that will have their husbands established for them. There are some men, our Ghanaian men, they are wicked and evil. Every man who has a child should have insurance, life insurance, and make a will. Every woman, single or no single, when you have a child, you need to have a will and insurance. That's as simple as that. Men who has died back home and have a will, there was no ifs and buts and no fight after that. My mother's oldest brother, when he passed away, he had a will. If that man did not have a will, now I think our family would have been like all over.
Yeah.
But because he had a will, no family member came and said, "Oh no." He said, "This house belongs to my first wife, my second wife, my third wife," because by the time he passed away, he was still with his first wife, but he had exes, because there was a point that he had 3 of them together. He was a king, so like, hey, he has the money and stuff. So, but each one of them, he built a house for them. Each one of them, he has cocoa for a mama, and you know, to say like he established. And he has the will. A lot of people didn't think that he has the will. So we do have some of the family members who was starting to come and do their foolishness. This uncle I'm talking about was one of them. He was ready to fight. And then when they brought the will, he became like, you know, he was silenced from there. He couldn't do nothing.
To me, because
when he heard that his older brother was dead, right? This was his crying. Niswa na wo su ni say, "Adidia to me oh, adidia to me oh." I mean, he said like, really? And thanks be to God. The will that his older brother made, he was not the one who was going to be the success of his what did the youngest one, and I'm saying pepe, because unia penny kreni musuban.
Exactly.
And you know, some of the family members, no, they don't establish. They're waiting for somebody to die to acquire their property. And until now, most of the time, you have family members coming to fight. Won went me a mobra. Obi bra wa bono. I don't know wo be kun hu na time na oba na ebre no. Mo anhu ni nyina. There has been so many instances ebusuafo throw a woman out. I mean, to say man bebre bro, a man bebre assume omukun omuwu ana ebusuafo abepam omafiro. I mean, don't we have like some type of compassion, empathy? One na woma, at least, you know, mo fa mani to form kakra. Ube hu na obi wo hono ma omo papa no papa was sika, papa we are to omafiri hono na nkra na ye basa, they don't get educated. Na ye di ni sika wanya no hwe ni wofa asenom any omo ache say people are not supposed to na ne their children are suffering. Why?
Exactly.
I dream bonnie ben and one nipa bebre we continue to do that. So obi pa wa wo fu a wo be ye mobo wo biase e wo ye community. Yes, no. We don't ye just ye ni atinkem bia say ye be bo me nua be me may send you no mote ye mo na ne mani nya ba bi nsi.
Oh David, we aso ko.
The best say almost enti I am very bad.
Also for me kokania oka.
Oh, wait, yeah, my boss is then so kakri keke. Then I'll go to the scriptures. Ni aka odon sem. And then this is a day of love. But I say, When say Africa no, you say Africa in particular, Ghana in particular no. Maybe I igbeni, baby, you know, Yedi ejadie.
Okay.
Say you may be or there's a reason why it's like that. Yedi ejadie. So say ni biaba in the biaba pa. And so you be answer the news we be.
No correct.
O say timiti asesa. Tribes ni bi o no a woman di offer dear.
Yeah.
It becomes a tradition. Say nipa no wu no. Nipa no wu na ni offer sifo no ba onu so no ni offer wu no na di ade. Inti ye say continuous assessment ade e koso. For example, yenhwe Asantima ahinidie no. To say for example, ohin no otisu sesia no that you oni obi ma enya ni ba na bedi ade no offer si na bedi ade. So so no, excuse me, I don't want to go too detail into it because I'm not an Ashanti, but from the surface, that's how it works.
Yeah,
part of the Fulterian land need the all papa the na odia. Ukraba nya lock require the all papa the papa make sure so ube school so that you go and do something for yourself. So that you won't for adwe to kakra da wa ya to kono. Inti ya igbefo no, it makes some of the young men very hard working because you cry your doors will fie. Be papa aware 3 ewu 20 edan so a 3 bedroom ha 20 bed ache inti right from the once go no you are thinking about yourself inti ni bie no de enye obi so na eni ebie okay and then we nka odasem odoso I'm so fired up for this love issue today. Who said Bible in the book of Ephesians.
So pim now obey after the show na nunti no I fired up sister Joe don't be so happy.
And then I said yes
because when you benefit yeah free fire up now wa fire when you be
I gbemu odo e fe ne se lonlon egbanye lonlon gbela.
Oh wow.
Now who read Ephesians 5:25 to 33 I say a man husbands love your wives. That means the initiative is must come from the man. Obia also would don't know. Or catch papa say, Obano person me waro obani de. Say ni pani de odon kwan also the man.
No correct.
So what I say. Ono tini baby o. And now who no na ni we ni jeno ho. And our friend no nak. And our friend wapene wo don so because ono so onhu a otimi hu future bi e wo onhu otimi hu se ono mo kam ntuma bom a mo betimi di na kosi pempe bi so pepe nto apene so nti wo a wo wetu nsa akoware oba bi de your first responsibility is that you have to show that person love. That initiative must come from you. The mind in the Bible say husbands love your wives. That's first responsibility. Or not in the baby. Washana tadie unhuni figure no see all kind of bro for some or address it chinchini oku ejuma moba and also don't. You cannot lay your hands on somebody and then in return hate the person. It doesn't make sense. You understand? And that is what is happening in the system. Intina Valentine's Day na yedi atu nchen to say birthday no ya share that is that day na atu nchen say even if the whole year cry atu heading cry at least that day there you have no excuse.
Make it special.
Mun say sister Eka say oh every day is Valentine's Day.
Yes.
It is not realistic.
Why not?
It is not realistic. What you say? Because every day now talk gift to my husband.
That is the thing. Oh, it is not about buying the gift.
Every day now catch your wife say. Every day now catch your wife say, "Honey, I love you." There are times who fridge but BBS will fear. We've not solved that case yet.
So you wait till Valentine's Day to say, "Honey."
Once America has it, we have something we call Thanksgiving. You think we don't give Thanksgiving to God every day, but there is a day set aside. You understand? It's just like Sunday. So every day be a bomb pie man yankopon.
You're correct.
Every day be a timiko sorry. They be a quite sorry, you say to collection. But Sunday, dear, you call Sunday, you say Sunday is Sunday. The framers,
Thank you.
Almost setting up things like this, they did a thorough research, and they said, they be an oldie fried rice. They be an oldie fried rice, and they be an normal wine.
And we're not looking for that.
But they do birthday. That day you treat it special because a ukrada. It is and then you say you perceive setting a day aside for lava. Masa, let us allow it to play. Let us make it a special day. Let us not degrade the day because for me every day is Valentine's Day. No. You can love your husband every day, but Valentine's Day is a special day. And you have to treat it as such. So I say,
I guess we're just gonna have to agree to disagree here, but carry on.
Oh, I didn't know. So one person will agree, and I will not force you. But the fact
but that's exactly what I'm saying.
The fact is, we are trying to educate, we are trying to inform. Say, so open say relationship ni eye ma obi embeye ma. That's what we are saying over here. Obi mbeye ma. You have to do it. Look, say me start a program. Let me set the example. Say, and then by the grace of God, I'm able to afford to buy a card for my wife or get a very nice perfume from her, etc., etc. with ease. I'm able to do that with ease. Some years back, I couldn't even do it with ease. Even card cry was a problem. Not with her per se. Maybe in my previous relationship. Because those your man koye. Boom. Your man koye. But at least you're foresee.
It is that time no year day. That time na your man koye no year day.
Any it me nanti free a brantier shop. I could do events baby a present Kufuor down one. And because we have to get there and meet the lady over there because or 37 and have to that unkai those days. Uniska bobato yogurt ama or girlfriend no yogurt no what in chain. Those days the yogurt cry in your bar. And at that time no it was acceptable, it was nice. Those are the old school. Who get we need you know pa. Uniska odobeto Georgia ameni. Dinon perfume. Just say you got no Ottoman on just say she has appreciated it.
But that is the point we are making. That is exactly what we are saying.
And I'm making say, I'm say, where I am today, no, Mammy, a woman and I may return her say. I'm setting an example. Say there was a time I had to walk from a brantier spot to Tetekwashi because he cannot send me the card, no, be their talk hard. Me that to golden tree more ban. It is kind of come to Kono. Say me try 90 do the kwashi. Coin snack never fat trotro. Those days the fat taxi, fat Uber. Who could do the kwashi? Na se honso no line it doors for honet trotro the number. No as I twice wa call gum. When you do le gum, but we do madina no. I'm telling you realistic things. I'm not come to make up anything over here. So what I say. Love is a very beautiful thing.
Yes.
And I want everybody to be in love. Look, when you are in love and you allow love to take control over you and you love your spouse, you have peace of mind. Now you are looking plumpy. What I say? You are very effective because you have a sound mind. Love is a beautiful thing. Jesus Christ said, among all the things you can prophesy, you can do whatever, but love is the greatest. Nobody is supposed to be alone. And yet automatic say, Yaware wu ansana. You want to love or you want to be loved. So what I say. You have to love, you have to find somebody and love somebody. It might not be a relationship aspect.
I know people who have friends, very good friends, and like they are like something else. They are not married, but they are like, look, they are friends. They enjoy each other's company. They are there for one another. That is also another kind of love. So as I say, and not always sexual, and you're always in terms of intimacy.
So now you're coming home. Now you are understanding where we were coming
I have
from.
always been home, but I am giving you different pictures, different pages of love. Listen, my name is Kamfune Tifie. It is my advisor. My advice about Konokopel Obi nature nodo. I will give you an advice about how I relate with my spouse. That's why I started the program with that. Say me son opetutu me sorry around 4 a.m. because my tutor money they see. I dance being in garage. I gave you an example of a relationship. From there, no, I gave you an example of time nam wo school nam itananti from Abekala Pass. I've given you that example too. And as I say, I'm also giving you an example of somebody who is not married, but must not remain single. It should not be sexual, but also somebody who will be there for you. And then one quick, you know, one thing about telephone ringing. We didn't see you at work today. What happened? Somebody that you can go to the restaurant with and have dinner with, who you don't have any sexual with. It can be man to man, it can be man and woman, it can be woman to woman. It depends on the understanding. Or because you cannot be alone. You must not be alone. Why should you be alone? Why?
Answer the question. Patro, answer question. Why?
It is not healthy.
Patro, answer question. Now what screen
it is not healthy. Obi kajem so and then Obi last no Obi catch me say, as for me, I will love myself and blah blah blah. I love myself. Yes, you can pretend to love yourself, but you are alone.
Oh, like for me, I'm gonna let you land, and then I will also.
You understand? I know. You can say that. Oh, I can love myself, but you have a husband. You can come and tell me that. As for me, I want to treat myself good. Oh yes, but you are not alone, and the whole world knows that you are not alone. A 2 day your husband will wake up. A 2 day your husband will wake up right now and come to your assistant. So we cannot mentally imbibe certain thoughts into our mind and say, I'm alone. The other day, when I was in New Jersey, those I was living in New Jersey, there was this white man who lived on top of my building. He's always by himself. Africa na waba minchene matika kramano.
Also for Meko. Obi bisa a question say, is being alone a crime? I want you to answer that question.
Oh, but if you are alone, how can it be a crime? A crime is you've got to do something bad and the law is after you. That is, if it is a metaphor, I'll accept that as a metaphor. It is not a crime. But you should not
and
be
alone. And Bisa say, is being alone a choice? Because Obi Owa ebi ani kuna and oni ni kuna jai. And I said, I mean, for whatever reason, I'm here, I'm alone. Is it my choice?
If you say you are alone, it is relative. You still have friends, don't you? You still have friends that you call and discuss very intimate issues with. But what I'm saying is that mentally, you should not be alone. It's not good for you. You can pretend and say, I know nowadays there are some sayings that goes, oh, strong women, we don't need a man. We are strong, we can take care of ourselves. It's a joke. A 2 day, dear home say yes. Some of you know, they wished. Someone who even asked them, said, this morning, Patron, what is saying? They don't get it. As for me, I always tell my friends who are males, men, don't be alone. Look for a good woman. Look for somebody. Look for a friend. It shouldn't be sexual. But when it ends up sexual to her, and also here, but look for somebody that you can talk to. God, look, there are times you wake up from bed and you just need to just say a word to somebody. Last 2 weeks, weekend, there was a problem at work. Either some of us are going to be fired or something because I'm a team leader. Somebody messed up. I didn't know. I was at the office. I was in the house. My boss came and said, Martin, this has happened. I'm supposed to, all those information are supposed to come to me. But somebody did not tell me. Look, the whole of the weekend, I was just thinking about that job. I had to call my spouse and tell my spouse, listen, in case I go to work on Monday and they say I should come back home, then that is it. And I say, oh, Martin, when they said you should come back home, you are coming back home. What's your problem? But you are not going to come back home because it's going to be fine. That word alone, but I also wanted it to come from, and I wanted it to come from somebody else. It's called affirmation. So that's it. I'll leave it here. I will say, Let me leave it here.
Sister Jordan, why?
Oh, okay, but that's it. Martin. And it's
yes.
I think that, like, you know, in all things, life itself, you know, our understanding of being alone, no, are different. Because for me, when someone is alone, someone who is alone is that they don't have a relationship with their family members. They do not have any children. They don't have a partner. They don't have friends. They don't have people that they don't interact with anybody. They have isolate themselves from the world and from people. That's what my understanding of alone is. You isolate, you cut yourself off from people, from humanity. That's when you're alone.
I can learn to understand you much better. I can get familiar with the way you talk. I need your permission to help.
Go.
Sister Kasha.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, yes, I'm not alone. I'm married. I have my kids. We live in the house together. But, you know, someone being single, because we do have people, they have peace of mind from not being in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're enjoying their single life. And they should enjoy their single life, because most times, you know, what tends to happen is that when some people, because sometimes when one speak, and Pastor Martin is not wrong because he's speaking from his understanding. But we do have some people, we all different, and our understanding and emotional intelligence is completely different. So somebody who heard him speak, someone can take something, and when they're not even ready to start a relationship, they're going to force themselves to go start a relationship because they feel that they're alone. Being alone is not having anyone around. You don't get no phone calls from nobody. You are just lonely. Nobody cares for you. Nobody calls to check on you. As long as you have someone who is able to call you and check on you, text you, like, how's it going? Like, I feel like people who are on social media, you know, we tend to like check in with each other all the time. You post a picture, you see friends, you know, liking, loving, making comments, giving you positive like encouragement and stuff like that. Maybe at the moment you are feeling lonely in your heart, but just seeing all the nice comments can put a smile in your face, because you have people who is showing you love, right? So at times, because we know our society and community, because of the dysfunctional mindset, someone can take someone's perspective into the wrong way, but like, oh, so and so said this, so it's like, you know, it must be that. None of us should force ourselves to be in relationship or to go on a date or to like hang with certain people when you're not up to it.
Exactly.
We need to enjoy life itself. We need to show appreciation. You know, Valentine's Day, you know, a special day, one day out of the year that is like put aside to celebrate. the love that you have, or you even, to celebrate your life. If you are a single person, to celebrate your child, because when you got pregnant, you went through hell having the child. There was so many complications, and you have that child, and that child is alive. So you have to celebrate life itself. You don't have to be lovers. You don't have to be married. You do not have to be in a relationship. Like, you just enjoy life itself. For me, every single day, I am happy. When I'm behind the camera, when I'm on the camera, I am happy. What you guys see is the type of person that I am. There was time in my life that I was not in that space. But as time goes on, and the more information that I acquire, the more receptive that I am to other people's opinion, which have something in it that could add to my life. Because I listen to intelligent people. I listen to people who has wisdom. I do not promote negativity. I do not tolerate with foolishness, because someone who is foolish will not teach me anything beneficial for me to add to my life.
Exactly.
So people, like, if I see someone send me something that I feel is useless or baseless, I would delete it. If someone put a post that I feel that the post is to limit certain people, I will not like it. I will just go about it.
Yeah.
That's what Sister Aisha put over there. We all have choices. You can choose to be in a relationship. You can choose to get married. You can choose to be single mother, single father, or single without having children. That's your choice. Our decision making affects us emotionally, psychologically, physically. But one thing we need to put into practice, make sure the choices that we making, that's exactly what we want. Because you don't want to make a choice that 2 years, 5 years from now, you regret making that. Mistakes are there to be made. We're not perfect. Sister Yatubra said that earlier. She used to think that everyone, couples, we are
they all got their shit together. Yeah.
No one is perfect, but our imperfection should give us room to work on where we lack of certain things. Like every single day, we need to learn something new. If you have not done that, you need to start doing that. Okay, what are some of the things in my life that I have come to terms that I am really happy about? You make a list of it. What are some of the things that I feel that I'm okay, but it needs work? You make a list of it. What are some of the things that I'm lacking of, areas that I'm lacking of, and what can I do to do better? You make a list of it. What are some of the things that I have built into my life that is not going to add anything to my life? So I need to get rid of it. You make a list of that. And each day you figure out which one of the lists that you're going to work something on. Sometimes, we don't understand ourselves. Even as much love we can have for ourselves, as much work we can do with ourselves, we're still going to have something to work on. Because every day is a different day. Tomorrow never dies. I can never get everything that I did yesterday back today, no matter how hard I try. It's past and gone. Like, I did a program yesterday morning, depression, and I put it in the I put the word depression in the banner, right? Up to this morning, I did not know, say I misspelled the word depression. And I'm watching it this morning. I was like, oh my gosh, how can I, that's not how you spell it. But then, I was like, I can't even change it, because where I put it is this. Just like you have a Val's special day. Once we finish, you can change it now, but you can't change it later. But then I was like, oh, people know that I know how to spell depression.
Depression.
Typo, right? I am not going to make a big deal out of it, because it's a mistake. But that mistake, people knows what I'm talking about. So if someone is going to make a big deal out of it, that person has a major issue. Because if you're going to pay attention to a typo and make a big deal out of it, what is wrong with you? Do you have something better to work on it? So sometimes, we worry ourselves for no reason. We worry about what other people is going to think of us. Love is love, and love manifests. And Pastor Martin is right. Love is not all about a having sex, making love, having quickies, doing, like we show affection in so many ways, smiling with each other, smiling at one another, watching comedy movies or videos together, like calling on each other, playing prank on each other. I psych my husband all the time. So now sometimes I'll be like, "Hey, can you come here for a minute?" He'll be like, "Do not let me come over there and you tell me something." I'll be like, "No, seriously, I need help. I can't get some." I'm like, and sometimes I do it so well. I do it to him most of the time, and I don't do it continuously because he will catch on.
Then
I
you
will wait
catch
for
on, yeah.
Sometimes I wait for 3 days or a week or 2 weeks from now, and I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I cannot get this thing out of there. My hands are too short." And I'll be like, "Hey, please, can you get this for me?" And he will come ready to help me out. And I will watch him lay on the carpet, like looking for something that is not even there. And then he will look back and I'll be standing there laughing. Our kids see their dad chasing me in this house. I will come and lock myself. Sometimes I'll lock myself in the bathroom, and he'll be like, and then he will tell the 10-year-old, she'll be like, "Mommy, I need to come use the restroom." I'll be like, get a bucket outside and pee in it. And so some of these things you do that I say, like, every day is like a Valentine's Day to me, because I make almost every day special day. There are days that we busy, of course. 365 days, you're not going to have the same thing happen and over. But every day we do something new. We learn something new. So people, like, women, men, couples, single women, single people out there, we need to, life is how you make it. We need to make our life what makes us happy. We shouldn't be in a relationship. We shouldn't force ourselves upon other people or be in other people's space because we want to belong. You need to know what you want in life. Wherever you are, whatever your status are, be happy for you. You are breathing, you are alive. Love yourself, care for yourself, do self-care, do everything. And once you find that, naturally things will fall in place and you will truly understand what love is about. Because agape love, not many of us have it, and not many of us understand it. But I do know that I have agape love for myself, because I would die for myself. But would I die for somebody else? Oh, hell to the no. I am not going to go to that extent. I love my husband. I care for my husband. If there has to, God forbid, there has to be a way that I can save my husband, like giving him a kidney or whatever, I will do that. But giving him that kidney, if that's going to kill me, he will not even allow me to do that. And believe in me, I'll be truthful with him, because no one will want to save someone and lose their life. If anybody in this world tells me they have that agape love, that God gave his only begotten son to us to die for our sins, then I will want to interview that person. There are limitations in everything that we do, decisions that we make, choices that we make. It's not everything we do that we're going to get it right. But when we don't get things right, we need to take a step back, think it through, and figure out, what else can I do? I made a huge mistake here. How can I correct it? We need to do that more than blaming people, giving excuses, enabling this. We need to hold ourselves accountable. when you do something wrong or when you don't get something right, accept it and know, say, at the end of the day, I can go to Sister Aisha and ask her opinion. If she suggests something to me, and at the end of the day, I take what she suggested to me and I failed, she's not to be blamed. I need to blame myself.
You took it upon yourself to try it. Exactly.
At the end of the day, who made the decision for me? I did. So it's my stupidity or my foolishness or my lack of intelligence or my lack of the right decision making that got me there. She gave me the best suggestion that she can think of. That's why we call it suggestion. She did not force me to make it. You see?
Yeah.
So that's why it's important for us to acquire knowledge. What you don't know, you learn. And you can listen to 10 people. Out of the 10 people, it's likely possible you might disagree with 9 of them, but that doesn't mean that all the 9 of them are wrong. They're not wrong.
Yeah.
They spoke from their level of understanding and their emotional intelligence. So you can't tell somebody that they're wrong and tell another person they're right.
That's correct.
We all going to believe what we believe in. But everything that we do, don't limit yourself to the point where as somebody is making your most important decision for you, how to live your life, how to be happy, how to care for yourself, how to do things that you can sit back and say to yourself, give a pat in the back.
No, correct.
You did a wonderful job. Where I am today, I am proud of myself. And I appreciate my accomplishment all the time. And I do that with my husband. I acknowledge him. I give him encouragement. You don't have to be $1 million person for you to, acknowledge your partner or your friend or like support people around you. We're not alone. We have so much love around us, but we are blinded to see it. We don't accept the love that we want to get because we're looking at the wrong places. All right. And we also have to learn to forgive those who have wronged us and let things go. Because when we don't do that, we hold on to all our bad past and also give reasons and excuses and blaming game how you are not able to become rich because you've come from a poor family. Be the one person to break that cycle. It takes one person to say enough is enough. I'm no longer going to be this. Where can I start? Ask questions you don't understand. Explain it from your point of view, how you understand it. Do not allow people to limit you or to suppress you of how you feel. If you are in a relationship, make sure you learn effective communication, active listening, speak to your partner from how you want to be spoken to. Do never speak when you're emotional, because when one is emotional, you can never resolve a problem if you're emotional. You have to speak with intelligence and you have to speak with understanding, because everything is entwined. When you put a plant in the beginning, okay, you dig the floor, you put it in there, you put water in it. Give yourself a week. You can pull it out easily. But if you continue to feed it, water it, give it a month, you're going to have a hard time pulling it out but with your hands. Okay. The more you feed things, the more you learn different things. As time goes, you expose yourself and you know so much. Nobody will be able to come and manipulate you. Nobody will be able to come and use you, because some of our women tends to talk, say, oh, Bema Nena, wa mama says sika, where you sue me and I say, what do you mean? Did you go into the relationship blindly, or you went in the relationship with intelligence, with knowledge, what needs to be done? Some of us are meant to meet other people, opposite sex or the same sex, to help them succeed, not to be married to them, not to be in a relationship with them. So women, we're not all about giving sex. Do not use sex as a weapon to punish someone that you with, or like make someone suffer or whatever. Because then when you do that, you kind of limit yourself, right? Respect yourself as a woman. As a man, you need to respect every woman, not just women. Women need to respect every man, because what you are expecting from people, you have to give. So a lot of times, some people, I think they don't understand a lot of things. When you're in a relationship, it takes two of you for you to build a healthier, long-lasting, loving, caring, understanding, truthful, faithful, and supportive, and so many other positive, good relationship. It takes the two of you. One person alone cannot do it. So men should not expect women to hold on to a relationship or a marriage that is not working, because we're not responsible for your actions. If your mom did not raise you right, it's not your woman's job to raise you to be a good man. You need to learn to be a good man. And the same thing with women. Women needs to learn to be good wives, good girlfriends, good women, in general, good mothers. It's not your husband's responsibility to have you get there. Everything we want to become, it stamps on us. You have to work on yourself. And then once that is done, you work on your relationship, your life, whatsoever you want to do in life. But we are our own miracles. But some of us, we're looking at the wrong places.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Say, as I always say, most of us will run foolish races. I'm done running foolish races. No more. Because I'm not chasing love. Love has found me. And I'm making sure, like, what I have, I need to be appreciative of that. I have to celebrate my life with my partner, and he has to learn to celebrate it with me. It's either he's with me or he's not. I cannot make my husband happy if he can't make himself happy, because I don't know how he thinks. I don't know what goes through his mind. The same way he doesn't know what goes through my mind. But our actions will give a person, at the level of where you are with them. We need to do more action and don't say words. I can tell my husband I love him 345 days or double that. But at the same time, how truth is that? The word can be said, but some people can say I love you, and yet they don't love you.
They don't mean it. They don't mean it.
So that's Sister Aisha, it does take two to tango. So I think some of the certain condition problems within our society is the blaming game, giving excuses, raising, enabling foolish behavior, and so many things that does not benefit us. If a man loves a woman, they need to love them. You take care, you cherish the person that you with. You don't go outside and say to people, oh, listen, I'm like, okay, my wife don't make me happy. My girlfriend does not certify me in bed. So I'm going to find a new woman to certify me in bed. If your wife is not certifying you in bed, or your girlfriend is not certifying you in bed, it means you suck as a man. You don't know how to edit. You don't know how to perform. You don't know how to do your work. So some of you embarrassing your own self when you're telling your friends your wife is not certifying you. Those who understands you, as I said, because of their understanding, because they're the same way. Okay? So if you're a woman and your husband is not certifying you on time, and you're telling your friends, man, you suck, work on yourself. If you start doing something can change with your bedroom performance. So stop complaining about your
one was off Meko or it is what Bekasa. no me point near na me my bread.
Oh, one minute I said Adnaga media.
To dear Casa near Conium point.
Media say media Yamika Yina say. Yeah, we are in the state of love, to say. And then Valentine.
Yeah.
More spouses, more spouses. You should show that love. Vice versa. It's a special day. So the day should not just pass by without you showing some appreciation. Love is a beautiful thing. So it's a very beautiful thing. Who say Madam Asuma, must me go to Momo Nimbra. Who say me do don't do me come here for action. Love is action. So I tell you. Inti and I love no so e ya chede bompe manyankopon nyankopon ma odobi wura wu. You see, love is patience.
Sister Aisha, see Pastor Martin, you love Valentine too much, oh my days.
Listen, when you find the examples of love, when I mean yes, I mean got money, and I'm giving a speedometer almost at 80.
Hey, me Pacho, slow down. We don't want you to
and now
Susukowai, and you meet that way. Abuteri kunim die.
Who's a nana duo? Because if he, you're the best man, sir.
Eti anunti na uko over speeding no.
What I'm saying is that there is a science in everything. But also, a quite a fast do be because you see, as you show love, no.
Valentine pasta. And Sheila see Valentine pasta. We are Valentine pasta. Wa Valentine near Frisia come.
Oh, so what driving to know?
The reception nyakra or baby I want.
No.
Quiet.
Although I mean, love is sweet. Although I did. Like, I mean, I look at my early years and now. What's that, bro?
Jose.
I fed the tunka. Well, I know koi.
He said Jesus Christ there or dog. He gave his life. Now, who said when you are in love, you have patience. Oh, be a would done
more money science.
What's it? Manti de Mokan.
I see, I see more money science.
Harry, more money, Harry. You ever find it, sir? Yeah, look, Bible said, do not despise little things. We can't trouble. Yes, ma'am, is
you're too much.
Yes, ma'am, is having got more money. They be made you granny start another gift. As I get to fear chair me.
Auntie, ask more money spice and nervously.
Because Auntie, I say, I am doing the right thing.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Who said you should just literally love somebody and make it a project?
Wow, money sense.
As you get, I mean, I don't crowd for the one who wants to cry.
Pastor Valentine.
Oh, my catcher, madam. So you saw your husband here. She won't believe it. So I just here.
Sometimes it's like, no man, need that home.
Because you build that trust. You build that trust with love. Miss my brother. I just say, oh, me, better don't see broken heart, Miss Manyebida. I quote your back at you.
What to me drive free Pennsylvania, Echo New York, Echo
free one state to another state because you are bread.
Wow.
Yes, what from what bread?
But you see, on a more serious note, no. You must go and find love. Bible says you have to knock. You have to seek, knock. you have to go and look for it. In the quest of looking for it, bad people will come your way. Immediately when you think and say, wait, you don't have to waste time. Me, I dated a thief before I didn't know the person was a thief. I'm telling you, I didn't know. Bon, you know, can't say I'm experience, no. It was a choice I made.
Will kill pastor or don't make pastor.
Listen, I don't preach, I teach. That is me. I don't preach, I teach. Because when you are preaching, you're only touching the emotional aspect. But when you are teaching, you are imparting knowledge. By the
Amen to that.
Also for Yana Point, Missy Mabro, Mrs. Yamia Point,
and Valentine's Day. No one should, please, no one should belittle today. It's a powerful day, a day of love. It's still not too late. You can still step out there and get something for your husband or your wife as a gift. It's a token. It is not about the gift too. Valentine's Day also that's the thing. That is all. It's not the magnificence of the gift. It's just the thought self. When I was going to get a gift for Madame, I went to the shop. I said, she seems to have everything. What am I going to do? She seems to have everything. Who might be recommending BB? I said, on her birthday, I got her that thing. Do you know how confused is it that, like, you want to go out to a place and then you look into your wardrobe, there are so many clothes, you don't know which one to pick, and you are confused and you are still standing there. It's just like that. But I just went and someone said, listen, she has so many bags, but go and buy that particular small bag. That small purse. Oh, when any year. And when I'm home, so Ubia per gift, Ubia per gift. You see, as a man for proper, she has it. She has thousands of it, but just Potomanu. Potomanu.
That is your wife's love language. No. That's that one. You see, we no love language, no.
So what I'm saying, you see, but what I'm saying is that I'm personalizing this matter because I want us all to learn something out of it. In your way, yours might not be a gift, but it might be a special attention you give your spouse.
Oh, but Santino, it doesn't have to be Valentine. Everybody is different.
See, that is where I disagree with you. You see, we love our spouse. Divorcing a long time. And you found so many ways of appreciating him. It's just like on your birthday. Your birthday is your birthday.
That's my born day. That's something
correct.
Like,
correct. But set example say, we go to church Monday to Friday, but on Sunday it's a Sunday. We treat Sunday as Sunday. And we treat Monday to Friday as Monday to Friday.
Yeah, and some people go to church on Saturday. Brother Nana Santi said, must it be till Valentine's Day to show love to your loved ones? No.
Always, listen, realistically, you always show love.
Thank you. That's what we're talking about.
You always show love, consciously or unconsciously. But this is a day that has been set aside, that has come to meet you. So what if you got to the house, your husband asked you that, and then Valentine want to talk to your mommy? How are you going to respond? I said, they be a taught your mom. Is that how you're going to respond?
We're not buying stuff for our loved ones every single day. But the love that you need the affection you need to show to your partner, you don't have to wait till one day out of 365 days to show that. Because some people, that's how they understand it.
Yeah.
So we have to be more specific and stuff like that. You can love your loved ones every single day. Appreciate them. This is one day that's been put aside, to make it special, more extraordinary.
Let me just put a question. Not a question. There's a guy I used to work with. On an atheist. He has no patrol. Inti last week on one yaka nyamisem. Also no, he doesn't believe in Jesus Christ. So no 8 years. But Christmas they go shopping. Christmas they odi eni jeri oyo. Eko Macy's eko di shopping. Wa usu nye Christo na Christmas day. Where ye Christo for kwa ji eni udi ye chiko. So as American. I'm sure what am I going to say? We back at you say, oh no, he doesn't believe in Valentine. Oh, you don't believe in it, but make sure by your spouse believes in it. So give it to her. That's what the Bible says that husband. The Bible did not say that wives. The Bible did not start by saying that wives love your husband. They say husbands love your wives because who husband who na wetu nsa akowaru biba. Inti love must be initiated first from you, the man.
Thank you.
Asem we dey yebesi nkonya wo ho ama de ache mesisi ye me ya sister adwo odopon ye bompa ye ma ye ne nko wa.
Jesus Christ yadawase.
Amen.
We thank you so much for a special day like this. A day known as love. Because you were the first to initiate love. You gave your only begotten son because of us.
That's right.
He came to sacrifice his life, so that we will be free. We will have redemption to be with you. And we as humans have also set a day aside to express love to our loved ones, to our brothers, to our sisters, to our mothers, to our spouses. I pray that, Lord, this very moment or this particular season, we must enter into this season with that honesty of true love. No materialism, but the agape love. To love one and another. In the mighty name of Jesus. That come next year, a lot that I've heard our voice to do will be educated and reciprocal this love to their spouse. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen. Osofu meko bye kona kwato momo ni why na enye sa nkwa na enye da.
I'm saying ahoya.
Love is a beautiful thing.
Ti kona kodi do why.
Odo blessing sika.
Idamasi.
Yes, us why. Nyami.
Hey. Enyume ma to don si omu don si o. Ato don si pa. O fra no pra me njiso. Bye bye.
Mr. Jordan. So odo nyuma me a.
Odo ye desin sika. Oye desin sika o. Emi darling no ma many mri obia.
No.
Sambro. Yeah, Sambro. Hey, from morning to night. Like
many will be welcome over.
How to publish us and do us. I don't know. The money you have more do a economy. Nedru. Well. Hey, I want to pan you put it in pan. Yeah, happy for our time. We enjoy life. We celebrate our lives because life is too precious to waste it on.
Say enjoy it there. So
that thing is so cute too.
He's so cuddly.
Thank you for having me on today. I really enjoyed today's program.
I did too.
Pastor Martin, so I entertain on side the end, no bomb pie we was here money yet materialistic.
No, correct.
I can't city as any na wabekensi.
Monty asia wetri, on only the other word that a fair not to me abedun crime on fantasy. I mean,
But this is what makes us all a whole. We don't have to be on the same page to agree to disagree. And we did it in a responsible, mature, respectful way. Just because I don't agree with certain things, that doesn't mean say he's wrong, because we have different understanding on most things,
Yes, exactly.
I can tell that he's in love, he's happy. You can see it in his face when he talk about he's swimming in love. Like it takes time and exercising patience. I mean, with time, there are some people you meet with them now, said this person, you're going to be with that person forever. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out. I know some family members that they got a divorce for 10 years, and after 10 years they got back together. Even though there was some point they felt that they were not meant for each other, they went about their way, and now they together, they growing all together. So sometimes, it depends on the time we make decisions or how we make decisions. Things may not work out. And if we don't get on the same page and understand each other and really work with each other, we will fail. Everything, oneness is really important. Or don't by force. Love comes naturally. And trust here. But it said to say do I trust myself 100%? Oh, hell to the no, because sometimes with my emotions, if I'm too emotional now, I might make a decision that will not be the best decision. So trust goes a long way. But with partners, they'll be like, oh, so if you're saying that you don't trust me, of course I don't trust you, because when you're not in your right frame of that mind, you might make a mistake. So I'm there to correct it. As simple as that. You don't want it. Oh, well, you have me. I give him an attitude sometimes. I'm like, listen, whatever you do, you have me. You don't want me no more, but that's okay. I got a love for me.
It is Sister Jordan. God bless you. Thank you so much for this particular program. You're touching on a different. We've talked about Valentine's. We've talked about it not being about adia witimi toma obi, but the essence of the love behind the whole thing. Me see you body ampesi any kosiafro ya ediegu. That was my best Valentine. It doesn't mean that I don't appreciate it if the person that I love buys me something. But what I'm saying is that the feelings that I felt from that particular experience, Acho, as I'm making 5 years.
He still remembers.
But I still remember everything that I felt, where we were, everything till today. Wow, because it left an indelible impression. And Niyama, the feelings that I never thought that I'd felt before, I felt till today. No, it's me can't. So it's not always about a deal with Tomao. So a talk car or talk money. It doesn't have any meaning if it doesn't come along with those feelings that should be felt. A touchy gift. Don't just buy a gift because you see a Valentine or Banisi or painting. You've lost the whole essence of Valentine's. Right. And Valentine's is just 1 day out of 365 days. And marriage ups and downs, just like every other relationship. But if you have to wait till 14th of February and send one man who can hear who say you've missed the mark too. Every day should be like Valentine's. If you have a deep understanding, it says Sister Jodo, we understand each other. She knows exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
65, should be Valentine's Day will be. Because people have tried to make Valentine's into some commercial adverts. Into Valentine, then I'll come out, Sister Jodo. Now we so I can say what they make call a 5-star hotel. What they make or mommy tickets, mommy they call France. They say I lockdown hotel to me in Kobe. Yeah, that's not Valentine. That is not Valentine.
It's materialistic stuff. Now, make grandpa to say, or he said, Premier League, you bought baller. akunye wo living room ho enough. Enso no mekwa akotena me kun so wote eyi computer chair mu no. Na makwa akotena ne so just to be close to him. And honestly, me so like he's not bothered. Oh yeah, o ma metina ho no ma mia me bojo mia. Na ma sorry akotena baby fufu. I have a bean bag which is like so nice because so that's why it measure up your body temperature. No it will sink you in. Or no I train na sinking me in na me feel comfortable. No so
I be so
like I mean stuff like that, being affectionate around each other, doing things that make each other happy, put a smile in the other person's face. I mean, there are so much we can give with love, but some of us, we miss the mark.
Mm-hmm.
And it shouldn't have to be,
No.
We shouldn't put pressure on our partners, our family members, people that we claim we love. Because if you love someone, whatever they can give you, you are receptive to it. You don't compare what they give you to other couples because you're not the other couples.
Exactly.
You're unique.
Yeah.
So my relationship, how it's going for me, not everybody can do the same thing because it's working for us. So what is working for us, we're doing it. So we will each need to find our ingredients.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes.
Yes.
So
yes. Already say me I'll be here so long. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ourselves.
Yes.
Washing our hands, social distancing. They say Ghana the air cost because people are being very careless. They're they're making things difficult. This is not a joke. It's real.
No. Yes. Sister Adjoa, God bless you. Thank you so much for being here. I can't wait for us to get together again. And and you be organize no backdoor ni asamba. You be sa the delicious topic fufu bia. Take care. I love you. Ciao. Ciao kunuso.
I'll let you know. Bye.
Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, Casafa, Abum, our real impunto. Sika educate, or don't come up, run, yeah, who are true. Sika educate, Munyani baby, Sika educate. Ain't like you page, I am vibe. But more than YouTube, subscribe it. Sika educate is the name. All our man source and the campo. Inspiration, motivation. Wapomuden education. Wafranada, Wanitia, or don't come or Ekusika deva. Wafranada, Bema, Jai, or don't come or Ekusika deva. Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, Casafa, Abum, our real impunto. Sika educate, or don't come up, run.